And also communicate it in a way that's effective and constructive if they can.
In a way that's effective and constructive.
Mm-hmm.
To that point, I have this kid. You know, there was one teacher at a school who called the kids dumb.
Oh, wow.
Right, and so she wrote to me like he needs to stop doing that. You know, now it was of my opinion that his social studies class was a pretty boring class.
Okay.
That was just my personal opinion as
Mm-hmm.
as an instructional evaluator. Like, you know, if you're gonna teach the American Revolution, you need to teach kids like
make it interesting.
make it interesting. Like, you know, it was actually Britain who offered freedom to slaves versus
Mm-hmm.
the colonialists.
Yep.
Like, make it interesting, and they'll
Yeah.
be like, really? Well, we know that. We're gonna stop.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna look at July 4th different. Blah blah blah. And so she wrote that to me, and she said, look, you know, I would like for him to just chill with that.
Yeah.
And I didn't get an attitude with him, you know, but we tired of the worksheets. And I think young people are willing to step up to the plate if we are patient with them, and
Yeah.
if we give them tools to communicate.
And also let them know that they're valued, because young people get such a hard time, get such a bad rap already.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know, I feel that, and this is just what I see, that no matter sort of what kind of background you come from or who you are,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of feels like young people already come with that attitude of, I'm not going to be taken seriously. People aren't going to want to invest their time or money or anything in me, so I might as well be what society expects me to be.
Right.
And that's a real shame for them to start off on a bad footing.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then I think also, so a part of my research at Columbia University looks at the school to prison pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
And a part of that school to prison pipeline essentially looks at how the school fosters systems and processes that promote the criminalization of young people. And so,
So you think that schools actively promote, how do I say this? Actively promote young people going to jail.
that's the research says that the policies that schools use, particularly for underserved children, really serve as a direct pipeline
Wow.
for the criminal justice system. So
So that's just the writing off of a whole generation.
absolutely, and the
Or
data,
generations.
the
upon
data, the data
generations.
says that. The data says it's sort of the new Jim Crow. And so what that means is, there could be a policy, disciplinary policy called willful disobedience.
Mm-hmm.
So if you ask me to do something and I'm like, I don't feel like it, whatever. Willful disobedience could then be determined as something like, oh, this is egregious, you know, I'm gonna send you home. And so when I send you home, you may not have the food to eat. You're definitely not getting math instruction. And you may not have the environment around you that's telling you and teaching you the right things to do. So what are you going to do? Are you going to, as a young person, make the choice to sit in a corner and do work that your teacher can be giving you? Or are you going to go in the corner?
Yeah, more play video
Are you going to
games or whatever.
maybe get into some misdemeanor
Right.
activity? Now, when you go back, you probably going to look at this teacher like, I'm not feeling you. I don't really like you. You don't like me. I don't like you. Oh, that's more willful disobedience,
Right, okay.
right?
And so it continues.
And they
They
absolutely,
have more time out of school and more chance to get into trouble.
absolutely,
Makes sense.
absolutely.
That makes sense. So you're doing your doctorate at Columbia at the moment.
Yes, I'm doing my doctorate at Columbia University, and
what's that in?
my doctorate is in organizational leadership with a focus on urban education. So essentially, the area that I've been in, working in for the past 18 years, you know, I'm really looking to dive into deep research on the area and then make a broader impact through research, through opening independent schools for disadvantaged young people,
Amazing.
and through writing documentaries. Like I really want to sort of send a different message that Michael Mackenzie could have been, I could have been like in prison. Right? I could have been. So an interesting history of Angola in Louisiana, which is where I'm born and raised, is it was named after the plantation by which many Angolans were enslaved. So after emancipation, there was these vagrancy laws, and so if you didn't have anywhere to live, like you had to perform free labor, and it eventually formed into this prison. And so to have my brother go to Angola, it's pretty profound.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
so my point is, as I think about my work, it's really like very personal, and it's also fun. It's challenging, but it's also fun to like really get out there and motivate people.
Definitely.
To
And
think-
it's so important to do.
Right, absolutely.
So at the moment you are in London talking about your book, and then you're going on to Berlin as well. Berlin, Germany? Sorry.
Frankfurt.
I just assumed Berlin.
No, that's okay.
On to Frankfurt as well. So you're traveling around talking about the book, and it's out now to buy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The book is out right now. It's on BarnesandNoble.com, Amazon.com, A Principle and a Prayer. My website is team-lab.company.
Yep.
And so I even use proceeds for the book with mentorship programs at my schools that I lead. I feel comfortable saying I am a special faculty also for Teachers College, so I work with new school leaders assigned to schools in the South, but I'm also an administrator at the state level in Texas. And so I use this to sort of, really promote the practice that I'm currently engaged in.
Absolutely. And practice what you preach, 100%.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Michael, it's been amazing having you in the studio today and hearing about all your work and how you got to where you are today. So the book, A Principle and a Prayer, is out now.
Yes, it's out now.
And we can get it, here we would get it on Amazon.co.uk.
Yeah.
Excellent. And Barnes & Noble and other websites like that, but I think Amazon would be easily accessible for us. And then
Yes.
you're off to Germany to talk about the book, and
Yes.
then back to Colombia to continue your research.
Yes, back to Colombia, back to Texas, and back to doing the work. And there's a lot of us, particularly in Houston, that's doing some pretty good thing. You had Michael Harris.
Yeah, we
I
did.
know
Yeah.
Mike personally,
Yeah.
and actually I saw Mike and his him coming out here, and I was like, wow, I need to get out here. So like I really appreciate you.
Oh, it was excellent to have you in.
Yeah, for having me on, and this is amazing. I appreciate it.
Anytime. Come back and let us know how you're getting on with the research, and obviously when the next book is going to be out,
Yes.
because it needs to be more than one, right?
Yes, absolutely. Definitely be a follow up, and this will be my stop when I come back to London.
Amazing. And the book, A Principle and a Prayer, is out now. You can get it from Amazon.co.uk. And to find out more about Michael Mackenzie's work, you can go to team-lab.company. That's the one. I memorized it. Michael, thank you so much for coming in.
Yes, thank you.
Good luck on your travels, and we'll see you back soon.
Thank you.
You are listening to Afua Adom on the Metropolitan Mix on ABN Radio. Mixpiration with Bright every Sunday evening from 6 to 8 p.m. is just fun. It's exciting. It's a mix of contemporary R&B and pop gospel music right here on ABN Radio. Enjoy great tunes every Sunday evening with Bright on Mixpiration, a blend of great inspiring songs just for your Sunday evening relaxation. Tune in from 6 to 8 p.m. this and every Sunday. They're on ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan radio station.
When a stroke strikes, the damage spreads like a fire in the brain. When you spot any single one of the signs, think and act fast. F. Face. Has it fallen on one side? A. Arms. Can they raise them? S. Speech. Is it slurred? T. Time to dial 999. The faster you act, the better their chances. So even if you're not sure, act fast. Make the call. Dial 999.
Consider that life wasted. Consider the heart ripped out of a family. Consider the potential never realized. Are these the things you consider when you carry a knife? It's not about street cred. It's about staying alive. Drop that knife, save your life.
You are listening to the Metropolitan Mix, the best brunch in the city.
And covers on the news. Never thought dreams could come true. Especially being a shy girl. Stage frights and bright lights, shaking knees and butterflies. Trust me, it got really hard. Striving on and never losing sight. But it all led to me.
I did tell you, my brother, life no be easy at all. Oh. If bad your life, oh, it that you want, but if bad don't die, oh, I'm that you want.